Working with older people is a huge privilege, and Ennis Road is going to be their last home, and the importance of making that home the best that it can be is so essential. And part of that is like the quality of life that we can provide in terms of activities for the residents.
For the project was about hosting a series of workshops with the residents, having conversations around cultural views of death, personal views of death, their emotional experiences, and seeing what kind of symbols and stories kind of arose through those different conversations. The art activity becomes a way to distract your conscious mind. So your hands are busy and you're just free-flowing talking. And I find that that allows stories to come up more naturally and conversations to happen more naturally. You're kind of giving them a structured activity at first, and then loosening the activity to make it more open-ended where their own expression can come through.
The day could flow, you know, we could be like just simply drawing a picture or painting a picture, and then we could be having a conversation about something else, something completely different. So you kind of get to know the residents really well through art.
It's fabulous at this art school. It's just fabulous. You come up with ideas that you've never had before, really and truly. We have worked on Lego. We've made flowers with Lego, and we made beautiful flowers on our flower page.
It's very rewarding to paint or to draw something, colour in something, and we get great pleasure out of it.
We've done a few poetry workshops where it's just free verse. You know, here you have to be like, okay, it's not about being a poet. We're just going to make sentences of your stream of thought and see what comes up. And you get some really emotional stories, things that are on people's minds that they don't even realise is on their minds. And through poetry and writing, this is able to come through and they can kind of think about it and reflect on it. And they're like, oh, maybe I am a poet. One of the workshops was conversations around how different cultures deal with grief. So we were looking at, you know, obviously the Mexicans' Day of the Dead and the Japanese Oban Festival, and then also looking at Irish wakes and the different practices around that. So once I was telling these stories from around the world, the residents and some family members started bringing their own experiences into the conversation. The storytelling is absolutely amazing.
All of the workshops that have been taking place, the joy of the residents coming in to tell me what they've done in the workshop, what an impact it's had on them. Like, unbelievably profound, positive impact. And to be able to discuss different cultures in terms of death and dying, and how we cope with death and dying, and what they can tell us to teach us of what they've learned about death and dying.
I did my collage about my daughter, who worked in the hospice for over 20 years, and sadly she died of cancer when she was 50. So it's a thing that's close to me. So I made a collage with Pat is an angel now, and there's a flame burning, and there was a cloud over the family when she died. So that's what's in my collage, and I love doing it.
So yeah, it's everywhere for the residents, and they can see it, and there's this fear of it, and like, how can we bring something beautiful to that fear? I don't know, how can we change it a little bit? We have such a dark view of death in Ireland. I think we could really learn things from other cultures in that way, you know, bringing in that colour and the celebration of life as opposed to the mourning of death. Like, how can we bring those together? So patterning is what I've been doing regularly with them, and it's literally getting them used to just picking up colours and attaching them to a base plate. You know, and that's something that they can kind of get into a rhythm doing. So and that has been quite effective for people with memory issues.